You get 2 videos then today
Thanks.
for your sassitude. Okay?
You're the one with sass.
That's my frequency. This is how you find your frequency, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Do you want to do another one?
No. Scared what you'll do. No.
Okay, too bad. I'm doing one anyway. Because. All right, what is your period? No. It's 4 goes into the formula for period, right? So 1/2 pi or pi over 2. Okay, I usually write it as pi over 2. I don't know if you guys have caught that or not. So now to find the frequency, it's 1 over that. Now, quick question for you. Are you allowed to leave a fraction inside of a fraction?
No.
No. What do? By, what's the reciprocal? 2 over pi. And when you do 2 over pi to the bottom, then you got to do on top also. So the bottoms, when I would take pi over 2 and times 2 over pi, that all cancels out. What's 1 times 2 over pi? 2 over pi. And that's your frequency. Done. Okay? So that's the first half of your assignment today, is just finding the frequency. Can you handle that?
Yep.
Pretty simple. Now, the second half of your assignment is going to be finding what they call the sinusoid. That is a big fancy word for finding the sine curves equation. Okay? That's what it's going to ask you to do. Find the sine curves equation. That's really what it is. Some of it you're going to be using your calculator for. Bless you. It's where, remember when we found the line of best fit or curves of best fit with your calculator? Do you remember how to do that? Yep. What do you push? When I do sine, or when I did the curve of best fit or line of best fit, what did I do? I already did it like 4 times. Stat. Then what? Into edit. After I go into edit, X's go into list 1, Y's go into list 2. And after I've typed all that in, what did you do now to run the regression? Hit stat again. And then where'd you go? Over to calc. Now, I'm not running lines, because I didn't say line of best fit. I said curve of best fit. So when you look at that particular menu, when you have it up there, thanks, Hunter. When I go over to calc, 1 variable stats, 2 variable stats, med, line, quad, cubic, lin, expression. What's part C?
Sin reg.
Sin reg. It's the same thing we've done before. The only difference is we're going to run letter C. We're going to run the sine regression. Okay? So everything about this is all the same. They're going to give you a table of values. You put it in, X goes in list 1, Y goes in list 2, and then you go down to the sine regression, run it, and then write in the answers. What do they mean by the answers? They're going to give you the A and the B. You just put it in their places. Do you guys remember doing that? Okay. Then, there is a couple of them though, however, that do look like this. And they give you the curve like so. And they ask you to write the sine or cosine curve based on the data that they give you. So, here's what they're going to have you do. A sine B x plus or minus h plus k or a cosine of b x minus h plus k. Is this or does this represent a sine curve or cosine curve based on where it hits? Sine curve. How'd you know? Hits the midline 3 times. Right? Okay, good. It is a sine curve. So the cosine curve, that does not apply. Did I move it up or down off of the midline? Does this look about the same space as it is from here to here? Yeah. So did I shift it up or down any?
No.
No, I didn't. Minus h plus k. I did not move it up or down any. Now the next thing that you're going to have to know is you're going to have to know these little tick marks right here and how long they are. This is at pi over 4. So if that's at pi over 4, the first mark, what's the next one? What's 1/4 plus 1/4? 1/2. What's 1/2 plus 1/4? 3/4. And what's 3/4 plus 1/4? 1 whole. Okay? So, when in looking at that, and let's make this go right to 1, 2. 1, 2. So, what I want you to identify first for me is, what's the amp? 2. How did you get that? How high I went up? I went up 2. So it's y equals 2 goes in there, and you said it was a sine curve. How did you know again why it was a sine curve? Okay. Now, to find the b, you told me that the period itself, remember, you said was pi, which you're correct. That's not b. Okay? What was the formula for the period? We already wrote it down when we did the frequency. It's 2 pi over b is equal to pi. So how do you solve for b? If I put pi over 1, I can cross multiply and solve for b. What's b times pi? Pi b equals 2 pi. And when I solve for b, divide by pi, what happens to my pi? It goes bye-bye. Somebody ate it. So what number is my b? 2. Did I shift this to the left or to the right any? No, because it started right at 0, didn't it? So therefore, I wouldn't have to actually put an h or a k because I did not go up or down. Okay? You're going to have 2 of them where they give you the picture. Look at the ordered pairs that they give you here and where the lines are there. And that will determine what your A and your B are. And then all you do is fill it in. What if I would have started it, what if I would have made the curve start here and go like this? Then it would have been a cosine curve because I started at the amp. Okay? I would have did everything the same. The only difference is instead of writing the sin, I would have write cos. So, again, how your assignment goes, 4 through 10 is asking you to find the frequency. So that's the first one. 4 through 10 is finding the frequency. 13 and 14 is just like the one that's on the screen right now. That's where you have to come up with the A and the B based off of the number that they give you. And then 21, 22, and 25 give you a table of values and ask you to come up with the sine curve. That's where you plug it in the calculator and see what spits out. Are you guys comfortable with that?
Yep.
Okay. So on page 510 to 512, 4 to 10 evens, 13 and 14, 21, 22, and 25. Bryce, did I get it right?